Good morning and welcome to your Sunday morning yoga practice. This is a really special time of day and week where you get to take a little bit of time for yourself to practice, to check back in, and hopefully to fill up that little bit of energy that you need to get through your weeks. And they're pretty challenging weeks most of the time, but particularly at the moment. And so let's do what we can to heal a little bit. So bring yourself into whatever opening position speaks to you this morning. And for some people, that's just a lovely, comfortable seated position as I guide you through a little mini mindfulness practice. But for others, it's really, really comfortable and useful to bring yourself down. If you do have a bolster or a rolled up towel behind you, fantastic. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, maybe palms facing up. Or you can stretch your legs out and just take a full shavasana for opening. And one of the reasons I like to do a regular or a repeated opening is to give you a little bit of sense memory about checking in, sense memory about this space, your breath, and transitioning into your sanctuary of your practice. So taking a moment now to let some of those roles that we occupy, just allow them for a moment just to drop and fall away. So those roles might be as parent or child, as spouse or life partner, as colleague, as manager or employee, as student or teacher. Just allow all of these roles just for your practice now to fall away and draw your attention inwards. You're more than welcome to close your eyes if you haven't already done so. You're also welcome to keep them open if that's more comfortable for you. Just taking your attention with some lightness to your physical body now. Moving through your body, making notes, but without any judgment. Perhaps this part of your body feels nice and open today, a little bit free. Perhaps this other part of your body has a little bit of tension. Just noticing it, exploring it, and then allowing that thought to pass. Moving perhaps further down your body, other parts of your body. Making any note of any pain or discomfort, anything you need to be gentle with today. But also perhaps if there's any excess energy, sometimes we find we need to come to our practice to discharge a little bit, not just recharge. And that's perfectly okay too. We all need different things on different days. I invite you now to check in with your breath. Perhaps taking your first few cycles of breath without changing it too much. See what shape your breath is taking this morning. Is there any obvious favouring of your inhalation or your exhalation? Are you finding smooth connection between the two? Or is there a little catch? Things not quite, a little bit disjointed. Your breath is a beautiful indicator, a very natural indicator of how you might be feeling this morning. So if you feel that your breath observation has a little bit of a relationship to an emotional state, you might even like to give that a name now. Just note it. And then allow that to dissolve away as any other thought might. Begin to work a little bit more with your breath now, with some voluntary control, just a gentle, expansive inhalation and a soft, releasing exhalation. Starting to work by pushing your abdomen outward on your inhalation. Grow and expand. And then soften, allowing everything just to release and fall away at natural contraction on your exhalation. A couple more rounds in your own time with your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Perhaps inhale abdomen now, and consciously inhale, expand the chest as well. And then as you exhale, stage it a little, soften your chest, soften your abdomen. Twice more. Inhale, expand your abdomen. Expand your chest. Soften your chest. Soften your abdomen. Beautiful. Maybe adding the side ribs now. Inhale, abdomen. Inhale, chest. Inhale, side ribs. And then soften, soften, soften. One more like that. Inhale, expand belly, expand chest, expand ribs. And when you're ready, exhale, release, release, release. Return to your natural breath. Just take a couple of rounds. And then if and when you feel ready, perhaps open up your eyes. You might like to move in any way that feels good. You can take arms overhead. You can extend legs, have a little wiggle, tuck knees into your chest if that's comfortable, anything you like. Roll onto one side when you're ready and bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. We'll take a few rounds now of formal pranayama. So we'll come today and work with the length of inhalation and then with some brief retention afterwards. So take any comfortable seat you like. Comfortable cross legs is great. If you'd like sirsasana a little bit more folded in as I'm doing, that's also fine. But equally, if it's a little bit more comfortable to have your legs outstretched, feel free to do that. Just gently becoming aware of your bandha, of your pelvic floor, your abdomen, and that gentle dropping of the chin, not with hardening, but just with that light engagement. We'll just check in and try our few rounds of longer inhalation, shorter exhalation, longer inhalation, shorter exhalation. I'll use a 9-6 count. You can vary that or add a slight retention if that feels a little long. So let's take this together now. Exhaling to synchronize. And begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release your breath now. Just take a couple of natural rounds. Observe how that particular count, that particular favoring of your inhalation, observe how that might have felt. Generally speaking, a more stimulating, a more sympathetic style breath. We've only done 3 rounds, so it may not be very prominent. We'll flip that now and take a longer exhalation, traditionally thought to be more parasympathetic, more relaxing. So synchronize by exhaling. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Return to your natural breath. And with only 3 rounds, it might be quite subtle, but just notice any qualitative difference between your first technique, longer inhalation, shorter exhalation, and the second, shorter inhalation, longer exhalation. I'll offer now an even count, an even 9 in, 9 out. If that feels a little long, you can always add a gentle retention top and bottom. Synchronizing to exhale. Begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Without the count now, inhale. Exhale. One last round. Inhale. And exhale. Return to your natural breath. And just notice any effects from your pranayama practice. The longer, even count breath is designed to reduce your minute ventilation, so designed to slow your breath down a bit and to deepen it a bit. Balancing out your nervous system. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Beautiful job. So taking that into your practice now as we begin to move. If you lose the breath, drop some of the postural or the flowing elements and return to the breath. Build it back up slowly again. Let's start to move. Hands and knees. Virabhadrasana, cat-cow. Shoulders over wrists, tips over knees. Fall down. Inhale, look forward or up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale through. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Come to center. Give everything a little bit of a wiggle. Iron everything out. Freestyle. Second variation, we're going to take right arm forward, left leg back. Inhale, long. Exhale, round, elbow to knee. Inhale, lovely and long. Spinal extensors, opposite direction. Exhale, round. Inhale, long. Exhale, round, and then breathe naturally here, but see if you can hold this. 3, 2, 1. Release. Beautiful. Give it some freestyle wiggle. Second side, left arm, right leg. Reach lovely and long. Exhale, round. Inhale, long. Exhale, round. One more time. Lovely and long. Exhale, round. Breathe naturally now. But 3. Stay here. 2. One more. Beautiful. Lower your knee, lower your arm. Just give everything a bit of a wiggle. Extended child's pose is next. Hips back to heels, arms forward. Looking between your thumbs. We're going to scoop through 3 times. Back to child's pose. Looking forward, elbows stay fairly narrow. Lifting up, scooping your chest through all the way onto your tummy. And then lift, rounding your spine. Come back, hips to heels. Twice more. Inhale through. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Once more. Inhale through. Exhale, round. Lovely. This time we'll add downward dog. So inhale through. Tuck toes. Exhale, downward dog. Twice more. Knees to the mat. Hips to heels. Looking forward on your inhalation. Scoop through. On your exhalation, downward dog. Inhale, knees to mat. Exhale, back. And then inhale, scoop through. Exhale, downward dog. This time we'll hang out a little while here. So feel free, bend knees. Give everything a little bit of a wiggle. Straighten one leg, straighten the other. Concentrate on your hands, grounding. Shoulders rolling outwards. Keep a bent knee if that helps your hips lift. Don't worry too much if heels do or don't make the ground. Maybe not the head. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Lovely. Right leg might reach high to the sky now, reaching behind and bending your knee forward. Hover a little bit, round through the upper back. 3, 2, 1 more. Lovely. Then right foot alongside right thumb. Left knee connects. Have a little explore. See how your hip flexes, how are your hips feeling. Maybe a little bit of groin on the right leg. Options to come to crescent lunge now. So you can stay here just working on this lovely lunge. You can take hands to knee. Or if it suits, maybe the arms reach up, little fingers to the midline. Option 4, if you choose, is to lift. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Beautiful. Gently lower hands to the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Noticing how it's starting to change, how it feels compared to that first one you did this morning. And second side, left leg reaches behind, lovely and long. And then bend that knee, hover forward, round through the upper back, active core. 3, 2, 1. And then left foot alongside left thumb, help it forward with your hand if you need to. Little bit of a lunge, back knee down. Explore how your hips feel. You can move if you like. Option to stay here, or option 2, take hands to knee. Option 3, you might start to reach up. Notice how this intensifies that sensation down the front of that right hip. And option 4, if it's okay for your body, is to lift. We're here for 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Gently release. Step back, downward dog. We're going to do 1 more before we leave this warming opening sequence. I'm going to take that right leg high again. Bring it forward. Hold our hover for 3, 2, 1. And then right foot down. Left knee connects. So we're going to take a twist variation now. So remembering you can back up the hips and come quite upright if you've got any sensitivity in lower back. Option 2, you might take your hands together, get a little prayer twist happening. Or option 3, if you choose, is to come into full revolved side angle. So you might take arm down, you might lift back knee, you might take the arm over. Eventually this back heel does connect to the floor, but only if that's appropriate for you and in your practice. We're here for 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Sweep yourself out, gently release. Hands down, step back, downward dog. Give everything a wiggle, see how it's feeling. Second side, left leg reaches. Move through your hover. 3, 2, 1. Left foot forward and check in. See what option you need today. So maybe it's nice and upright, nice gentle upright twist. Maybe it's prayer hands, elbow to the outside, twist here. You can even lift the knee if you choose. Or option to take full parivrtti, parivrtti, revolve side angle. Just for 3, 2, 1 more. And gently release. Sweep the hands down. Just step back, downward dog. Take a moment or two. And then in your own time, when you feel ready, walk it on forward. Standing forward, bend feet, nice hip width apart. You can hang, hands can hang on the floor or thumbs into elbows. Beautiful. Taking a full 5 count here. Feel free to move, sway, nod, anything that feels good. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Beautiful. Gently roll up. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, standing. Lovely. Coming to the top of the mat. Vinyasa now. So surya, namaskar, A. We're going to do our full suite today. So I know we haven't seen each other for a little while, but we're going to do our full 5 and 3. So we're going to do 5 salute A, surya namaskar A, and 3 salute B, surya namaskar B. I will, though, obviously guide us through various options. And so if you haven't done a lot of this for a few weeks, then just take the options that are appropriate. So inhale, your arms up. Exhale, fold yourself through. Inhale, look forward. Plant your hands. Walk, step, or float if you're ready. You might take knees down. Chaturanga. You might lower all the way down, come to cobra or up dog if you're already in the mood. Tuck your toes when you're ready. Exhale, downward dog. Take 5, 4. Your breath will teach you here. 3, 2, 1 more. And walk, step, or float if you're in that place already. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it up. And stand. Beautiful. In your own breath cycle, inhale. Exhale through. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. Remember, you can take your knees down or come from toes. Chaturanga. You can gently lower down to cobra or come to up dog. Downward dog when you're ready. 5. Checking with your arms, checking with your hips. Do you need to just unlock your knees a little? 3 more. 2. 1 more. Beautiful. Walk, step, or float forward. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it on up. And come to standing. Beautiful. When your breath is ready, inhale. Exhale through. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. You can take knees down or come from toes. Chaturanga. You can take cobra or up dog. Downward dog. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. And 1. Beautiful. Walk, step, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it on up. And down. Beautiful. 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. Knees or toes, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Take 5. Once you've got your position, cultivate stillness if that's comfortable. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And walk, step, or float yourself forward. Inhale. Exhale. Roll yourself up. And come to standing. Beautiful. Just take a moment or two, check in with your breath. Surya, namaskar, B. Salute B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. Once more, remember, you can always take knees if you need to. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale. You can take knees, no problem. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Left side, as you need. Inhale. Warrior 1. Exhale down. All the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Walk, step, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Chair pose is last. Scoop it through on your inhalation. Exhale, standing. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. Knees or toes, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Right side, warrior 1. In your time, don't worry if my count feels too fast. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Left side, when you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale back, downward dog. Steady. Regain your composure. 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. When you're ready, walk, step, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Chair pose. Utkatasana. And coming to standing. Tadasana. Or Samastiti in the Ashtanga tradition. 1 last. Surya, namaskar, B. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Virabhadrasana 1, right side. Inhale. Exhale down. Take your time. Inhale up. Exhale back. Virabhadrasana. Left side. And your exhalation, take yourself down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Steady. Notice your potentially increased temperature, heart rate, respiration rate. All of these things are outcomes for which this flow was designed. And taking care to maintain your connection with your breath. Ground. 1 more. And walk, step, or float. Inhale. Exhale. Chair pose. Don't rush it. And bring yourself to standing. Pause here. Traditional Tadasana. So maybe arms to the front a little, allowing those shoulder blades to slide down your back. Noticing the effect of your flowing practice on your body, but also your mind. Notice where your thoughts went. And then gently open your eyes. Beautiful. So before we come to our standing flow, we'll just do a little balance together. Again, because we haven't done a little bit for a couple of weeks, we'll just come through tree pose and we'll take a nice gentle dancer's pose. But remember, it can just be as much or as little as you need. So nice option if ankle wobbles is an issue, grab yourself a wall. Otherwise, just shifting onto one leg, taking a little kickstand with the other leg, hands to the heart center. This is option one, always available to you. Option two, you might take sole of the foot to the calf below the knee. Option three, if you're going to take it, is to lift and hover this knee first. We're doing this with the intrinsic muscles of the hip to activate them first, then maybe helping that foot in. It's the pressure of this active standing leg and the foot that will keep you here. Support the leg if you get any slippage. Arms might float up. Fix your gaze lightly but firmly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Gently soften, release, and you can take a break if you need to, or you can move straight to dances. It's your choice. So you might take the foot down. You might give yourself a little bit of a break for your ankles. I'll turn to the side so you can see a bit better. Entry to dances might be just as simple as picking up the ankle and catching the foot. Take care not to splay the knee too much, just starting to track it back in line with this hip. This is option one, nice quadricep stretch. If you choose it, option two might be to take the grip to your inside foot and start to lean forward. So just make it nice and soft, just only going as far as is appropriate or all the way up. We're here for 5. Fix your gaze. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Gently lower down, touch down, or bring the leg all the way through, hovering it in front. 5, 4, active ball of the foot. 2 more. You can do it. Hold it up there. 1 more. Lower down, beautiful, and have a little release of your ankles. Nice job. So offer yourself tree pose again, other side, shake everything out, shifting, little kickstand option. Remember, anything going on within an ear, anything like that, offer this version to yourself. Perfectly okay. Option 2 might be sole of your foot to the calf. Option 3, first lifting the knee on its own rather than using your biceps, your arms, then maybe gathering the foot, active base leg thigh. Find your gaze. Hold your drishti or your focal points. Arms might float up if that's appropriate. 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and 1. Beautiful. Your choice. Lower down, take a little break between, release your ankles, or go straight through. Take your Nada Adjustment. Option 1, just a little quadricep stretch, maybe hand to the hip, but fix the gaze. Option 2, maybe starting to flip the grip, but again, tracking that knee in line, just a little ways forward. Or option 3, starting to come all the way up. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then gently lower through, touch down if you need to, or bring that leg all the way through. 5, 4, active foot. 3, strong thigh. 2, you can do this. 1, beautiful job. Lower down, lift and release. Lift and release. Okay, let's flow a little bit. As with anything, you can choose not to do the vinyasa part and just step to the standing postures, your choice. Otherwise, you might flow. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, look forward. Walk, step, or float. You might take your knees down or come from your toes. Chaturanga. Cobra or an up dog. Downward dog. Beautiful. And then left leg nice and high. Bringing it all the way through. Start with a warrior one. We'll spend some time here this time. Nice deep front knee. Option to take your arms all the way up. Maybe your gaze as well if that's okay for your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, deep in the front thigh. 1 more. Beautiful. Now opening to warrior 2, you'll need to realign your feet. Maybe step a bit wider, arms reach, gaze down that left middle finger. 5, 4, nice and deep. 3, 2, 1 more. Lovely. Reverse it. Take that front palm up, scoop it back. We'll hang out here just for 3. Deep in the front knee. 2, 1 more. And then head yourself over, elbow to knee. Right arm might come along the ear. This is option 1, side angle. Option 2, you might take the longest 3 fingers down. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Lifting yourself on up. Triangle is next to the feet come in towards each other. Arms reach, lift. Exhale your way over. So it can be nice and soft just to the shin. It can be to the ankle or it can be to the big toe if that's in your practice. It's not necessary if it's not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Lovely. Lower your gaze, soften your knee. Inhale up. Exhale. So we'll come to half moon now. So maybe I'm going to just shift my weight back to the middle of the mat, but distributing your weight over the foot. You might lift the back toes if you have a block handy or a book at home. Great. You might take that forward of the foot, a little bit over to the left, or you might take fingertips to the floor. Back foot flexors. So option 1, just a little lift. Option 2, it might come parallel. Option 3, starting to extend and fly. Experimenting with your gaze. 5, 4, top thumb eventually. 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Soften. See if you can control your exit. Lovely. All the way down and flow. Knees or toes. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath or 2. Lovely job. Right side now. Right leg extends. Inhale it through, taking your version of warrior 1. I'm going to turn around to help you see a little bit easier, but we're nice and deep in this front low. Back heel down as if that's okay for your lower back. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. And 1. Beautiful. Separating, setting up for warrior 2. Spend some time, realign. 5. Right middle finger now is your gaze, your drishti, your focal point. 4 more. 3, 2 more. 1. Reverse it now. Inhale back. Hang out for just 3, 2, 1 more. And then head your way over. Remember, offer yourself option 1 of side angle or option 2. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Inhale up and take your shorter stance for your triangle posture. Inhale and exhale over. It can be nice and soft. It can be to the ankle or the big toe. 5. Just take the right version for you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lower your gaze. Lift yourself on up. Half moon is next. So I'm going to back up a little bit. If you find a block or a book useful, start to come forward, take it vertical, forward, a little bit over to the right, maybe fingertips down, back foot, flexors. So a little soft version, option 1. Option 2, you might come a bit more parallel, start to open hips and maybe shoulders. Fix your gaze, it'll help you balance. If you're super comfortable, feel free to play with your gaze. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Lovely. And lightly extend and flow. Take knees or toes, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward dog. And stepping whichever leg through that is going to bring you to face the screen. You're going to take wide angle forward bend. So whatever side is most comfortable for you. Nice technique is to line your heels up with the back edge of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold yourself over. Softness in your knees, maybe fingertips under the nose. Get comfortable. Explore your hips today. Check in with their symmetry. Notice if one hip's hiking or the other. Steady everything down. And then when you're ready, start to maybe fold a little deeper. Maybe walk the hands back if this is the way your hips work. And active thighs here. This will help your forward bend. It sounds counterintuitive. It's definitely going to activate the antagonist to your hamstrings. 3 more, doing great. 2 more. 1 more. Lovely. Inhale up. Exhale. And then inhale all the way up. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide angle forward bend. C variation. Inhale broad. Exhale, clasp your hands. Maybe start to head yourself over. Taking your arms to wherever your shoulders feel comfortable. Mine are a little bit sore from a practice I did on Friday, so I'm just going to go a bit slowly today, a little bit of exploration. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Lovely. Inhale when you're ready, release. Exhale. And we're going to flow on down. So take your hands either side of your front foot, step it on back, knees or toes, chaturanga, pause, lower down, and bring yourself all the way onto your tummy, arms alongside, maybe turn your cheek to the side for a moment. So complete prostrate position, and just wiggle your hips. We're going to offer ourselves a couple of back bends before we forward bend today. So just bring yourself now down your asana or bow pose. So bending the knees up. Remember, you don't need to take your ankles. This is just optional. We're going to try the first few with our breath without taking the ankles. So reaching back for your ankles without taking them. Work with your breath. Inhale, push your belly into the floor and take your little back bend. Exhale down. Once more. Inhale, push your belly into the floor, expand. Beautiful. Exhale down. Now this last one, if you choose to take your ankles, then go for it. Take care not to splay the knees too wide. And inhale up. Exhale and breathe gently. Remember, you can use a strap around ankles, or you can just take the version without taking the ankles. 4, 3, chest broad and sternum forward. 2, active belly. 1 more. Beautiful. Gently release. Release your feet. Turn your head and wiggle. Just take a couple of breaths here. This can be an intense posture. Just allow your body to adjust and to release afterwards. It is as much the release as it is the compression that is useful. And now just hands under the chest, just softly and gently lift yourself on up. We're heading to seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. So take your legs through. Any way they get there is fine, or you might like to cross your legs and help yourself through. Legs reach out in front. Don't hesitate to bend knees as you might need. But active belly, mula bandha, pelvic floor, abdomen, slight dropping of chin. Walk it forward without taking the legs just yet. Just starting to wander forward. Finding out how everything is feeling for you, particularly in the broad tissues of the lower back. When you feel comfortable, maybe the legs start to straighten. Read your feet. Are they twisted outwards or inwards? That gives you a clue to your area of tightness. And then when you're ready, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, maybe you take outer edges of feet, thumb into the base of the big toe. Fold forward. We're going to be here for 8 breaths. 7. 5 more. 2 more. Nice work. 1 last one. Beautiful. Slowly lifting yourself up and out. Pause there. And we're going to come into our head of knee pose, our janu sirsasana. So you might fold your right leg in. See if you can do it without your hands. So again, just this same idea as we did with tree pose, this idea of starting to use the muscles and the balance of the body to fold that leg in. And then if you need to gather it, great, and take the knee out to the side. Active knee, open hip. Active knee, open hip. Nice and tall. Little softness in the straight leg knee. Wander forward without taking the leg. Just have a little meander. Belly button towards thigh. Inhale, lengthen, belly button towards thigh. Exhale, fold, and then if it's more comfortable, taking the hands to the ball of the foot, taking care that little toe side is active. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then slowly wander on up. Beautiful. Take this knee that is bent out further around. We're going to take it into a little, almost like a half wide angle forward bend, a half Upavista Konasana. We're going to turn it into a side bend. So this is sort of a parivrtti janu. So taking that, from me it's my left hand, but taking that opposite hand over to the thigh. Other hand, just depending on your flexibility at the moment, it can simply rest at the base of your neck, top of your shoulders here, just to start to lift the elbow and create that lovely sensation in the outside body. Or if it's available, you can start to reach over a bit long. If it's available, eventually maybe it takes the outer edge of the foot. We're here for 5. Wherever you're working, perfectly okay. 4, 3, 2 more. 1. Beautiful. Bringing yourself all the way up. Gather yourself through. Come forward. We're going to take another forward bend, Paschimottanasana. So taking the legs out straight, setting yourself up, back off the knees a little, even if you're nice and flexy. Belly up. And then wander forward, active feet. Straightening the legs as and when that feels appropriate. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Have a conversation between your abdomen and your thighs. And then if and when it's appropriate, maybe starting to take outer edges of feet. Just ankles if you can't reach, it's no problem. Just take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful. And back yourself up. Pause. Staff pose Dandasana. Check in with everything. We're going to do the other side of our janu. I'll turn around to make it easier for you to see. You can just fold that left leg in whenever you feel ready. See if you can do it without your hands. So folding it in, folding it in, folding it in. Lovely. And then help it if you need to. Active knee, open hip. Active knee, open hip. Active knee, open hip. Beautiful. Check in. And again, you can bend this straight leg if needed. And then start to wander forward, resisting the urge to take the foot straight away. Focus on where your belly is relating to your leg. And then if and when you're ready, take ankle or ball of foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Beautiful job. Backing up, lifting up, pause. And then when you're ready, taking this knee further around, come into this sort of revolved janu or half wide angle forward bend. So the opposite hand then starts to give yourself just access to that little bit of a twist that brings you through, remembering that this left hand, this opposite hand can rest at the base of your neck, top of your shoulders, just to be able to lift the elbow, or you can start to reach a little side stretch here, or if it's available, outside of the foot. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And inhale up. Exhale. Beautiful. Bringing yourself back to your seated forward bend. We'll just stay in staff pose. So we're going to come now to, I do want to offer a headstand prep today. So, of course, preceding that, we're going to try a little boat pose, fun and games. So bringing yourself into your Navasana boat pose. So gathering up your ankles, maybe hovering your feet. So active pelvic floor, drop your chin slightly. So pregnant, menstruating, anything like that, you can stay right here. Or you can start to take option 2, feet lower than knees. Option 3, feet in line with knees. Option 4, you can extend the legs, but not at the expense of your lower back, wherever you are, taking 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more. And soften, stay hovering. This will mean you still stay active. Or if you want to do the little lift preparation, crossing your feet a little bit high, hands alongside, just lift buttocks, or feet as well. And release. We've got 2 more of these, gathering yourself Option 1, little hover position. Option 2, feet lower than knees. Option 3, feet in line with knees. Take either of those. Or if you want to take option 4, just check in with your back. Wherever you are, we're 5, 4, 3, 2. Think about your pelvic floor for a moment. 1 more. Good. Take your hover in between, staying active, or if you choose, maybe crossing your legs the other way, just lifting the buttocks, keep the feet on the floor, or lift the feet too. And release. Beautiful. Come back to little hover option if you left it. Last one, you're doing great. Option 2, feet lower than knees. Option 3, feet in line with knees. Option 4, straight legs. Now, you can change options. That's no problem. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more. Nice job. Soften. Come to your hover. Alternate option might be to lift, release. Good job. And just give everything a little bit of a wiggle. I'm going to come to the reverse lift now. So option here is just a reverse tabletop. So you might take your hands behind, keep your knees bent, and simply lift your hips like this. Stay looking forward. Options 2 and 3, you might start to extend your legs for this version. So it becomes this reverse plank. Rolling over pivoting over the heels rather. Ball of the foot down. You can look forward, or if your neck's okay, dropping back. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Gorgeous job. Gently lower, soften your neck. Bring yourself back to seated. Nice job. So heading to our headstand preparation. Now, for those for whom headstand is already in your practice and you haven't fallen out for a year and it's absolutely great, then you are more than welcome just to proceed with your headstand now, and so you can take a nice long hold. For the rest of us, we might take a nice little preparation sequence. So bringing yourself down onto your elbows, just check in that you've got elbow width. Clasping hands, grounding the side of your hands. Take yourself into a little forearm plank. So maybe walk forward or walking 1 foot back, and then the other, hips low. Just take 5 here. 4, active front line. 3, active shoulders. 2, 1 more. Beautiful. Knees down, have a little break. Now we're going to try that same variation, only we're going to tippy-toe in and out. So setting yourself up, nice grounded forearms, nice grounded side of hands, elbows shoulder width apart. Start in your plank, and then when you're ready, tippy-toe in, head clear, head free from the mat, and then tippy-toe back out. We're going to do this twice more. Tippy-toe in, and tippy-toe back out. And then tippy-toe in and tippy-toe back out. Beautiful. And then knees to the mat. Take a little break. Release. Lovely work. And now third option, we're going to tippy-toe in and experiment with lifting and lowering the head in our more or less a dolphin pose. So clasping, again, check your elbows aren't too wide. Grounding forearms, grounding side of hands. Start in your plank, tippy-toe in. And then just become aware what it takes to have your head in contact with the mat, and then lift it. Twice more, head in contact with the mat. And lift. Head in contact with the mat. And lift. Walk back out. And take a nice, gentle rest here. Beautiful. And then come to sitting. So those in headstand are welcome to come out now anytime you like. If you're working towards headstand but you're not quite there yet, I'll just do a little brief demonstration of the way you might start to work towards it as and when you feel comfortable. So it might be better not to do it now and just to watch my demonstration. But otherwise, feel free to go back up again and experiment with L shapes and stuff like that if that's where you are in your practice. So as you start to bring headstand into your practice, we set up in the same way, but you really want this sense of light control. So again, lowering the head, lifting, just like we did in our dolphin. We start there, we come on in, but I can experiment here by getting my neck nice and safe. And then when I'm ready, I can take one foot off and the other foot off, get my hips where they need to be, and then my legs just float up. That's what takes the time. So don't worry if it doesn't happen straight away. Take your gentle breaths. When you're super comfortable here, you can start to experiment with L shapes, which is where you start to take hips back and bring the legs forward. And you can lift back up again. But as you exit, nice and light, always come back to a fully released child's pose and give yourself time to calibrate. This is compressive for the neck. That's not necessarily unhealthy, but it can be if you're not using correct technique. So take your time and then lifting yourself all the way up. Beautiful. Lovely. So I'm going to come to wide angle forward bend now. So just bring yourself up for a moment. We've done the half variation. You're welcome to take a folded blanket under buttocks. Help one leg wide, maybe the other leg. And just making sure your floor is not too cold. Sometimes this can be chilly on the calf if you're on a cold floor. So just make sure you support yourself. It can be fingertips behind. Stay nice and long and active. Ball of the foot pressing out. Then starting to walk forward. Maybe it's only a small way. And just starting to feel a little bit of exploration in your hips and maybe just some little half semicircles here. Find out where you're feeling it, where it's tight, and then settle somewhere in that balanced midline. If there's space, move into it. If there's space, move a little bit more. Remember, you can use bolsters, blocks, anything now here. You can start to soften your feet maybe. Beautiful. Noticing where you are feeling sensation in your body. Noticing any thoughts that arise as you take postures that are more or less challenging to you. Notice what happens in your mind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just 3 more here. 2 more. 1 more. Lovely. And starting to bring yourself back up and soften. Baddha Konasana is next, a cobbler's pose. So help one leg in, maybe bringing it forward. Help the other leg in. I'm going to turn to the side because I want to talk to you a little bit about the spine in cobbler's pose. So one of the nice cobbler's poses to do is the upright one. And so you can take it to more of a diamond posture if you're going to do a forward bend. But in traditional Hatha variations, the feet tend to be closer to the body. Active knees, open hips. Active knees, open hips. If it's accessible, you can take your thumbs, slide them between your feet and start to open your feet a little bit like a book. So this is intended, though, not to torque the knee. It's intended to open the hip. So you might find already if you're open in the hips, that's where your feet naturally go. But if not, just be aware that's what's going on. Active knees, open hips. Active knees, open hips. Now, options for forward fold. There's sort of A and B variations, certainly in the Ashtanga tradition. The first variation, A variation, is a relatively straight spine, but a forward fold, chin towards the mat. Don't worry if it never gets there. That's beside the point. That's just the general direction of the posture, is to start to lift the chin and lead belly and chin, belly and chin, belly and chin. So fold forward just to wherever you are. If elbows help you, they can be wide. You start to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. And then slowly release. Lift yourself up. Beautiful. And now, the second variation, you might take the feet slightly wider out. Same principle with your little feet as a book thing. Again, depending on your hips. Male hips can have a little bit more trouble with this posture. Female hips can have a little less trouble, but it really depends on your body and on this particular day. So no need to force or push. This version, the spine is very curved. So we're really focusing on the articulation of the spine in a real forward bend. So inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, roll the spine down. Target is forehead towards toes this time. And you'll see my spine is very curved here. 4 more. 3. 2 more. 1. And then lifting all the way up. And release. Beautiful job. Everything okay? Good. And release. Lovely. And give everything a little bit of a shake. So just a few minutes of meditation here. Your option, actually, before we do that, we will do back bend. So bringing yourself on to, if you have blocks, that would be really, really nice. I'd love to offer this option first. So it really depends on whether you have blocks or not. You can take this lovely little T variation. We'll only stay here for a few breaths. So the options are bottom block, or the block that's closer to you might be horizontal. You can do it along the spine like this rather than perpendicular. But some people can find this end a bit uncomfortable. So taking this option, it heads down to about that bra strap level. And then this gives you some support under your occipital bone, that pointy bit at the base of the skull. And then when you're ready, maybe with bent legs, extend that tailbone a little, and you can experiment with arms turned up, maybe a little wider from the body or closer. Experiment with how it feels. Certainly for me, I find the front of my shoulders, anterior deltoids, very, very beneficial for me when I start doing a practice with lots of chaturanga. This is a really nice one. And we're just going to take 5 breaths here. We're just setting ourselves up for slightly stronger back bend. 4, 3, 2 more. And 1. Lovely. If you did choose a block variation, bend up the legs, roll off to the side, remove your blocks, head yourself back down, coming to wheel pose or early variations. So the earliest variation of wheel pose might be bringing yourself up to a chair or even a sideboard, anything like that, where you take the hands together and start to put elbows on that surface and open your shoulders up. That's a lovely option if this particular sequence is not for you. Other options are to start to work on just lifting to the crown of the head safely and then lifting back down safely. So what you want to do is be able to, same with headstand as with Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel, is to be safe in your movements, and then over time you can expand them. So thinking about the midline of your body, elbows to the midline, hands might go above shoulders. And then if and when it's appropriate, maybe you inhale the hips up, exhale. Then on your inhalation, if it's appropriate, you might inhale to crown of head and then exhale Take it out, hands back down. So option to try that again. Hands alongside. Inhale, lift hips. You can just do bridge if this is not appropriate for you. Lift to crown of head on your inhalation. Exhale down, or next inhalation, lift yourself up. We're here for 5, 4, shoulders open. 3, 2, 1 more. And gently lower down. Release. Recovery posture. Feet wide, knees together. So taking this version first, so returning the tissues to their normal range. Allow them to recover there before you do anything strong in the opposite direction. Just 3 more here. 2, 1 more. Lovely. And then shoulder stand options. You can simply bring your knees in nice and wide now and stay here and have a nice little hangout on your back, or coming into shoulder stand, arms alongside, knees draw towards your forehead, support your lower back, take your legs up when you're ready. Elbows stay fairly narrow. If you're not in the right position when you do come up, come all the way down and readjust and return up. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 3, 2 more. And 1. And then heading your legs over your head. You can take it to a chair, the sofa, or all the way down to the ground if that's accessible. Option to extend your arms and clasp your hands. This can give you a little extra shoulder lift. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take 1 more full and lovely breath. It's difficult in this position because we're in such a forward bend. Then when you're ready, if you clasp your hands, release them. See if you can roll yourself out with control. Nice and slow, active abdomen. And then release. Bent knees. Slide your hands under your buttocks. Fish pose is next. You might extend your legs out. Help yourself onto the crown of your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Release your hands. And final posture, maybe offer yourself a twist. So hips to the left and either both knees or just one over towards your right side. Opposite arm might reach out for counterbalance. Taking 5. Breathing here. Breathe into your hips and maybe your lower back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Gently release. Come back through center. Maybe everything a little bit of a wiggle and a roll. And then when you're ready, hips to the opposite side. Choose both knees or maybe one. Opposite arm might reach out. A nice, slow and lingering 5 count here. When you're ready, release. Come back to your center. And just gently roll yourself off. Bring yourself up before we settle into our shavasana. We're going to take a little seated meditation. So, taking whatever version of seated posture is appropriate to you. You can even use a chair. It's really no problem. Sometimes leg circulation is a real problem. It is often for me. So use whatever you need. A blanket is a really nice idea. Blanket across your shoulders, but also a blanket just to give a little height to the buttocks. Taking whatever lovely neutral spine. Bring yourself a little bit around your center. Roll both ways, or rotate rather both ways. And then find that lovely plumb line right through the center of your body, right through to the pelvic floor. Mula Bandha, as we know it in yoga. And then pause there. Now, you're more than welcome to have nice, open, soft hands. You might choose thumb and forefinger together, down if you're feeling more introspective, or up if you're feeling as if you might need some uplifting thought. Dropping into your meditation here, I offer you the mantra, so hum. So hum, repeating this silently to yourself. Don't be worried if it changes when your mind wanders. Gently bring your attention back to your mantra. We'll be here for several minutes. If you find your attention has wandered, gently bring yourself back to your mantra. So hum. So hum. As you approach the end of your meditation, repeating silently, so hum, so hum, so hum. And when you're ready, releasing your mantra, pausing briefly to delight in the space that you have created with your short meditation and your beautiful yoga practice today. When you feel ready, setting up for final shavasana, final relaxation. I invite you to recline to a lying position now. Take care to be nice and warm. A little bit of weight on top is also really helpful. So blankets, cushions, anything you can sort of appropriate from around you, just starting to pile it on a little bit. Warm socks, little jacket, anything you've got. And then just allow that to drop inside. Nothing special to do now. No mantras, no special breathing. Simply allowing space for all the lovely work that you've done to permeate. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. Becoming aware now of the contact of your body with your mat or the surface that you're lying on. Gently becoming aware of your room, your immediate space around you, your body within that space. Feel free to breathe differently, to sigh, to stretch, to do anything that feels right as you slowly and gently awaken from your shavasana. Rolling to your favorite side when you're ready. And just curling up there for a moment. And express a little bit of gratitude to yourself for the practice that you've done today. Beautiful job. And come up to sitting whenever you feel ready. We'll close our practice with a single Om. I'll cue the breathing. We'll exhale to synchronize. Lovely full inhalation. Oh. Maybe rubbing your hands together. Feel free to cover your lower back or your eye. And I thank you for practicing today.